is Teacher Bernard Maende from St. Cecilia Ulare Primary School in Migori County. Now, I want us today to have our lesson as we had planned, but before we begin, I want to begin by the current issue, that is the COVID-19, to our introduction. I want to make you safe. As CEDI, we always care so much about the life of our pupils and the teachers. So as I introduce, I want to tell you something about the COVID-19 pandemic that has really affected the life in our country. Now, I want to make you aware, as CEDI, we make our pupils aware of the COVID-19. COVID-19 is real and it kills, so we have to be safe. Some of the measures you have to take to control the COVID-19 includes washing our hands. You've always been told to wash your hands clean. Make sure you put on your mask. You see, pupils, I also have my mask, so I have to lower it down because I'm talking. Anytime you are in public, make sure you wear your mask. Then, another measure you have to take as a pupil, you always have to sanitize. This is what we call a sanitizer. So, you always have to sanitize before you get hold or share property. Make sure you sanitize. That will help protect our life, because as CEDI, we really care for the life of our pupils and the teachers. Then, you also have to observe the social distance. You don't have to sit next to somebody. Just like I like you are sitting, you are distance at least 1.5 meters apart. So those are measures we have to take in control, among others, like avoiding of crowded places. Anytime you sneeze, you want to cough, make sure you cover your nose or mouth so that you don't spread the virus, if at all you are affected, to those who are next to you. Those are measures that we take to control the COVID-19. Otherwise, to our lesson, today we want to look at the income. As a lesson, we are going to look at income. We're going to look at income in our social studies lesson. We shall be looking at income. Now, income is the financial gain. We define income as the financial gain. The financial gain. So, anytime you want to do any job, for example, as you all know, that we work to get money. Any duty that we do, we get what is called a benefit. So that benefit is what we refer to as income. We always encourage our pupils, the parents, the teachers, to do some work to get what we term as our income. You'll get what is termed as the income. So anytime we do a duty that brings money, we term that money that we get as the income. We term that as the income. Now, we want to see ways of getting income. Ways of getting income. What are some of the things that you can do to get income? Being that money is life, and as CEDI, we always encourage our pupils to work, our parents to work, our teachers to work, so as to get what we term as the income or the financial gain. We want to list some of the ways that we as pupils, our parents, our teachers can get the income. Now, one of the ways of getting income, we have number one, we talk of agriculture. Now, that is under our resources and economic activities, things that we can do to get money. We've always seen back at home our parents, our teachers, and even you as a pupil engage in various agricultural activities. Now, for example, I have with me here, I have a chart showing a person who is plowing using a tractor. You'll get to see it, class. You'll get time to see a person who is plowing using a tractor. The chart shows an economic activity under agriculture. So once he is through with his work, he'll get money. Then from this money, he'll use it to purchase food. You can use that in paying school fee. You can use that in buying other basic needs that you'll need, like food. We have clothing. We have a shelter. You can construct a better house using the money that you'll get from that. We also have the farm, like we practice sisal farming. Sisal farming. From the sisal farming, we can sell the materials and get money, and that money is what we term as income. So growing of sisal is another. We can see a home. This is a clear home. The compounds, the whole of these compounds, we have sisal grown. So once they are harvested, the farmer will get what we term as the income, the financial gain. So we encourage you to practice such kind of agricultural activities that will make you to get money. Another chart, we have a way under still, another way of getting money, another method of getting money. We have maize growing, and let me have it here so that you may see it clear. We have a chart that shows a farmer who has grown maize. I'm very happy. This must be a very hard-working farmer. And I'm very sure your parents, you back at home, is also an hard-working farmer. And you are in a position of having this kind of maize. If you know how to work, you have energy, you have the knowledge, you will get good maize like this farmer is having one in the farm. So we have a picture, a chart that shows a farm. Farming is under agriculture, and through farming you will get income. I know you can list so many ways we can use maize. For example, you can sell the raw maize for roasting. You will use roast maize. If you go to towns, you will see roasted maize. You can buy, the seller will get money, and that is what we call the income. Then we can also sell the dried maize, a tin. We live in Go for 100. So if you have 1 acre of land in the farm, I'm very sure your parents or you as a good farmer, you will get a lot of money. And that money, you can use it to buy a Bible in school. You can buy your own book without your parents struggling to buy you what? To buy you books. So I encourage you to practice maize farming. Anytime you're at home, you can get time to practice maize farming. You sell a tin at 100, 10 tins will got around 1,000 shillings. 1,000 enough to buy good materials for you. You can buy even clothes to wear. So maize growing is another method of getting income or the benefit that you can use. So that is under agriculture. Number 2, we have business. We have business as another way of getting income. We have business as another method of getting income. Now, under business, business entails buying and selling. Buying and selling. I know our parents always engage in business. They always buy items, they sell them. Now, anytime you sell any item, for example, in number 1, we looked at agriculture. So, anytime you have a maize, you go and sell it. When you sell, you get money. So, that is another method of getting financial what? Gain. You will get money from that, and that money we term that as an income. So under business, we have a chart that shows a businessman. A very good chart that shows a businessman from the Wedeo shop. The shop is called a Wedeo shop. Now, you can see in the diagram, we have items like sugar, we have a sugar packed in the shelves, we have bread, we also have salt, there is a container of a tilly oil. So once you sell these items, I tell you, you will be able to get money, and that money is what we term as income. So I encourage you, engage in business. Through business, you will be able to get money. Advise your parents, your teachers, we can engage in business. So business is another way of getting what we term as income. We have another chart just next to it of another very beautiful show. I like this show. Chewing gum. We have the chewing gums being sold here. They are sweets. We can see wheat. Wheat flour. This is good. Wheat flour. When you buy wheat flour, what do you make? You can make mandazi from this. You can make chapati. You will still sell the chapati and the mandazi. So this diagram shows another very good show. We have so many things we can sell. I know we come from areas where there are guavas. We have, the fruits. We have sugarcane. You can go and cut a sugarcane, then sell. Through that, you will get what is called income. But do not sell during school hours. Make sure you only do that once your parents allowed you, and avoid taking time for your studies selling food items in the markets. Next thing that we can have as a method of income, we have what we term as there is employment. Under employment, we have self-employment. That is where we have the business. But we have another way, method of employment. That is where you are employed by somebody. For example, your parents are nurses. I know your parents are teachers. Some are doctors. I'm very happy because they worked hard in school. They are now doctors. They are employed. At the end of the month, they get what is called the payment. We term it as salary. So that salary is also an income. After they have worked, they get the financial gain, and that will be used in purchasing other items, the basic needs that I had mentioned earlier. The money can be used in purchasing the items or the basic needs that I just listed earlier, the basic needs. Another one that we have as another method, way of getting income, we have gifts and presents. We have gifts and presents. I know you are very good pupils, and I'm happy. We always get gifts from our relatives. But let me warn you, don't get a present from strangers. Some of them will lure you once you take their money, they will go with you or they may abduct you. So always only accept the gifts from those that you know. For example, how many always have their birthday parties celebrated? That is good. We have those who always celebrate their birthday parties. So during such occasions, like a birthday party, they'll get gifts. You'll be given some money. You may be given a cloth. So the money that you're given can be used in purchasing your basic need. For example, in school, education is our basic need. You can get a pen, you can get a book. That is very important and it will help you in pursuing your education. So gifts and presents are given by those who are close to us. For example, I can share with you a story about myself. When I was turning 12 years old, my parents organized for me a birthday party. And it was a colorful birthday party. It was a colorful birthday party. I invited all my friends, all my relatives, and even the neighbors. Our neighbors were all invited. Those who came brought me various presents. I can remember so well, one of my uncles who works in Nairobi brought me a bicycle. He brought me a bicycle. Then an aunt of mine gave me 1,000 Kenya shillings. I was so happy. Now, how did I spend this money? I didn't use it to buy alcohol like most people nowadays get into that such kind of acts, hard drugs. I used the money to buy a bag, a very nice bag. The rest of the money I bought a pair of socks. So through gifts and presents, I assure you, you will be able to get the financial gain. So once the money is given to you, I'm sure you can use it wisely to budget for the items that you needed. You can use it wisely to get the items that you need. So the last way we're going to look at today of getting our income is through the sales. Sales. I know others will stroke that under business, but I'll give my explanation, the sales. Now, when I was in Form 2, my father sold his bull to pay my school fee. Now, we can use the property that we have at home. For example, land, the animals we rear at home to get some income to help meet our basic needs. Now, you will get time to go through our money toolkit, page 26. We have other activities that I'm sure after this, as I'll be leaving, I'll leave an assignment under groups to individual activities on page 26 of our money toolkit. I know you have yours, but make sure before you share your toolkit, you sanitize. If I'll share mine, I'll have to use my sanitizer. I'll use my sanitizer before I get to share mine with you. I'm sure you have your own copies. So get to page 26 of our money toolkit. There is an activity under individual or group activity. So as we conclude the lesson, I want to give you some work. Activity. I'm going to give you some work as we conclude our lesson. Now, when you get back at home, make sure you get time to draw. I know I have a very good artist here. Draw and color. I'm very sure you've seen how I drew my pictures. Draw and color diagrams or pictures showing various ways of getting income. Remember, I said income is the financial gain, the benefit that you get from any activity that you do. So make sure you get to do that assignment when you reach home. Then, in conclusion, I still want to remind you of the COVID-19. Make sure you take care of yourself. I told you we as CEDI cares for your life. That is why we keep on reminding you about the COVID-19 pandemic that has killed so many in our country. So make sure, be careful, follow all the instruction from the Ministry of Health as I explained when you were beginning. Thank you so much. We meet next time. I'll get to check your assignments. Thank you and have a blessed day.